Hello everyone, this is the Mental Health for Life channel. When you hear the word depression, you probably have an image of an illness that makes it impossible to work. In reality, it reduces one's overall energy for life, making it hard not just to work, but to enjoy hobbies or do household chores. It is a condition that stops people from doing everyday things they used to take for granted. Because of this, some people blame themselves, saying, "I'm a useless person who can't do anything." This can lead to a vicious cycle of lowered self-esteem, which in turn worsens the depression. Blaming yourself for not being able to do something is no good, because restoring self-esteem is an important part of recovery. Rather, it is important to accept the situation and say, "I'm currently recovering, so it's natural that I cannot do certain things." In this video, we will introduce you to 8 common everyday activities that can become difficult due to depression, often leading to self-blame. Recognizing that these challenges are due to the illness can help prevent struggling against them. 1. Tidying up. In the early stages of depression, it is common for people who are naturally tidy to stop cleaning up because they're too busy, too tired, or will do it on their next day off until their room becomes messy. It's normal for someone with depression to have a cluttered room. On the flip side, many people start cleaning up as they begin to recover. It's not uncommon for those with depression to notice that they haven't vacuumed, the dishes are piled up in the sink, or that their clothes are scattered on the floor. There's no need to blame yourself for these things. You can always tidy up once you start feeling better. 2. Cooking. Cooking is an activity that requires both physical and mental effort. The process of thinking about the menu, shopping, chopping ingredients, and actually cooking consumes a lot of energy. The first thing people tend to do when they become depressed is to stop cooking. They might buy ready-made meals from supermarkets or convenience stores, order delivery, or eat out more, which can increase their expenses. For someone with depression, this is understandable. Also, when dealing with depression, it can be hard to focus on eating a balanced diet, which might lead to poor nutrition. However, not eating well can make depression worse, so it's important to try to eat balanced meals whenever possible. 3. Personal hygiene. Taking a shower might not seem tiring when you're healthy, but it can unexpectedly use up a lot of energy. People with depression might go as long as 2 weeks without washing. This can be especially hard for those with long hair, as washing and drying it becomes a daunting task. 4. Meeting people. Even those who once looked forward to socializing over meals and drinks might find themselves unable to do so. They may not even want to answer phone calls or the intercom. They might receive invitations from concerned friends, but forcing themselves to meet up doesn't lift their spirits. It might even worsen their condition. When dealing with depression, it's advisable to keep human interactions to a minimum. 5. Sticking to schedule. Your health can vary from day to day, so there are days when you'll feel energetic and others when you might need to rest. Weather can also play a role in how you feel physically. Sometimes, despite feeling good for a while, you might find yourself unable to get out of bed on the day of a planned dinner or beauty appointment. People dealing with depression often struggle to stick to their commitments. It's often better to avoid making plans altogether than to feel guilty about canceling. During recovery, it's best to skip making plans to go out and focus on resting at home. 6. Being consistent. Every year, the number of people struggling with depression continues to rise. Consequently, social media platforms are flooded with advice on self-healing techniques. Suggestions like taking morning walks, soaking up some sunlight, and maintaining a regular routine are abundant. However, even if you manage to follow these tips for a couple of days, there will be days when it feels impossible. It's crucial not to beat yourself up for those times. The most important thing is to prioritize rest and sleep. Some individuals rush back to work as soon as they start feeling a little better, only to find themselves struggling to get out of bed within a week. While they might regain some spontaneity, they often lack the sustained energy needed to maintain it. The same principle applies to learning new skills or pursuing qualifications. You shouldn't rush back to work or embark on new ventures until you've been stable for at least a month. 7. Parenting. Parenting is incredibly challenging for someone struggling with depression, especially since young children may not understand that their parents are unwell. For some women, postpartum depression, which happens after giving birth, makes things even harder. They might struggle to take care of their child properly, leading to feelings of frustration and even, in some cases, mistreatment. It's crucial not to push yourself too hard and avoid trying to handle everything on your own when you're feeling overwhelmed. Having support from family is extremely important during this time, and if that's not enough, seeking other support services is important. Postpartum depression is related to hormone changes, and it takes time to improve. Sometimes, professional treatment may still be necessary even after the child has started school. 8. Saving money. Saving money during depression is challenging, to say the least. Income might decrease or expenses could rise, making it painful to watch your savings diminish. It's disheartening to spend money you've worked hard to save, especially on your health. However, try to shift your mindset and see your savings as a safety net for times like these. You can always replenish your savings once you're feeling better. Depression can crush the dreams of those who once had big goals like a successful career, wealth, or raising knowledgeable children. But trying to force yourself to achieve these dreams while struggling with depression only makes things worse. It's important to lower your expectations, lean on others for help, and live a life that doesn't overwhelm you. Maybe your old way of living was just too much for you. Moving forward, it's better to be honest with yourself and choose a simpler lifestyle. Focus on doing things that are enjoyable rather than pushing yourself to do things that feel hard or painful. This was the Mental Health for Life channel. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.